let's get some politics in, shall we? I want to talk about Eric Adams getting absolutely destroyed. Let's go.
We have some breaking news this evening to bring you tonight involving the mayor of America's largest city, this one. The New York Times is reporting tonight that New York City Mayor Eric Adams has been indicted on federal charges. NBC News has not independently verified that report, and the Times reports that those charges remain sealed as of this evening. So we do not know what.
Want to know what
those charges are and what they include or do not include. Joining me now is Joyce Vance, former U.S. attorney and an MSNBC legal analyst. Joyce, just to reiterate what we have now, NBC News can report that New York City Mayor Eric Adams is expected to face federal charges by prosecutors.
Wait, these are the charges? Who is this? Susan Lee, okay, anchor, correspondent, Fox Business, CNBC, Bloomberg TV. Okay, so probably legitimate. Federal indictment against New York Mayor Eric Adams unsealed. Count 1. This was this morning, actually. Conspiracy to commit wire fraud, federal program bribery, and receive campaign contributions by foreign nationals. A Tim Pool, if you will. This is old coverage. Wait, it was unsealed at this point? Wait. For real? Hold up. Let me find more updated coverage on this. Hold up. Count 2, wire fraud. Count 3, solicitation of a contribution by a foreign national. And then count 4 is the same. Count 5, bribery. Turkey has been referenced in the indictment. Turkeys. It was Hassan. It was Hassan. Why are people happy? Hold up. Eric Adams. This is from streamed 1 hour ago. He held a this just happened. Mayor Eric Adams holds in-person media availability. So apparently this clip came from this. Quote, your policies are anti-black. You are a disgrace to all black people in this city. I mean, they're not wrong. Is he wrong?
You hurt our schools, our streets are dirty, our children are harassed by the police. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. You can shut.
I'm not gonna lie, this Eric Adams is definitely the first black person to use token black people behind him and still get berated by other black people in the crowd. Like, that's pretty impressive that you're like such a piece of shit as mayor that you need to have token black people as a black person, and still it's not enough. That's crazy, by the way. That's crazy. That's insane. That's insane.
Ask me all you want, but the people are with us. And this is not a black day. This is a justice day.
First of all, I want to thank you for being here this morning. And I want to thank the supporters of all ethnic groups.
All every groups. Incredible. Eric said that they're going after me. They'll go after you next. Who does that sound like? It could be anyone. Could be anyone at all. It could literally be anyone. It's just so hard to tell, you know, it just could be anyone. This is one of the funnier tweets I saw about him. We'll get into the charges really quickly after this. You know, motherfuckers really hate Eric Adams because I haven't seen one of those, quote, so y'all like seeing a black man go to jail type tweets tonight. Wait, but like, are they wrong? I know Yemi was screaming when Adams got that indictment. Dude, he was such a bitch to her. For anyone who missed it, they were on the Breakfast Club, like radio show or something, the two of them, and she pressed him on a lot of things. She pressed him on like his stop and frisk, and she pressed him on like cutting funding for prisons, and she stopped him on like, or she pressed him on like Rikers Island. She pressed him on a lot of things. And at some point, he literally stopped looking at her. He would answer her questions to the other people. So she'd be like, so why don't you, you know, this and this and this? And then he'd be like, so anyways, to the host, man, so a lot of people criticize me for this. And it's like, how about you talk to the person who literally just criticized you to your face? He called her sister a lot. It was derogatory. There's like calling someone sister, and then there's calling someone sister. Okay. All right. That's all I will say. There's a big difference between the two. There's a big difference. Oli Emmy's Twitter always has some fun coverage. Adams took illegal money from Turkey, defrauded New York City of $10 million in matching campaign funds from small dollar donors, which were straw donors of illegal Turkish money and more. Oh, wow. I would have never guessed that this upstanding guy would ever do that ever. Let's go.
Damian Williams about to speak.
Good morning,
here.
everyone. Thank you for gathering. My name is Damian Williams, and I'm the United States Attorney here in the Southern District of New York. Today, we are announcing campaign finance, bribery, and conspiracy charges against Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City. As the indictment alleges, Mayor Adams engaged in a long-running conspiracy in which he solicited and knowingly accepted illegal campaign contributions from foreign donors and corporations. As we allege, Mayor Adams took these contributions even though he knew they were illegal. And even though he knew these contributions were attempts by a Turkish government official and Turkish businessmen to buy influence with him. We also allege that the mayor sought
Happy Paradox, thank you for the 25 months.
and accepted well over $100,000 in luxury travel benefits from some of the same foreign actors who arranged many of the illegal campaign contributions. These benefits included free international business class flights and opulent hotel rooms in foreign cities. The mayor had a duty to disclose
Only SCOTUS is allowed to do that. I can't believe it.
these gifts on his annual public disclosure forms so that the public could see who was giving him what. But as we allege, year after year after year, he kept the public in the dark. He told the public he received no gifts, even though he was secretly being showered with them. We allege that Adams accepted these benefits knowing that they were given to him because of his position. And in exchange for some of those improper benefits, he intervened in the New York City Fire Department's inspection process for a building owned and operated by the Turkish government, allowing it to open even though it had not passed the fire inspection. The corruption alleged in the indictment is, as I said, long-running. As we allege in the indictment, Adams' solicitation of illegal campaign contributions began in 2018. After he started raising funds for his 2021 mayoral campaign, he agreed to take contributions offered by multiple Turkish businessmen, several of whom he met in Turkey. Adams knew that these wealthy individuals could not legally donate in a U.S. election. Federal law clearly prohibits foreign donations. That's how we protect our elections from foreign influence. Yet Adams directed his staff to pursue this illegal money to support his campaign for mayor. And as we allege, Adams continued to pursue foreign money in secret well into 2021. And it didn't stop with his first campaign for mayor. As we allege, in 2023, the mayor rekindled these corrupt relationships, seeking more illegal campaign contributions from some of the same foreign sources to support his re-election campaign. Adams also took contributions that broke other laws. As we allege, he sought contributions from businessmen far in excess of what the law allowed. He also allegedly sought contributions from corporations, which are not allowed to contribute at all in New York City elections. Many of those illegal corporate contributions were organized by the same people who organized the illegal foreign contributions. And Adams allegedly disguised them all in the same way by accepting the money through so-called straw donors. A straw donor contributes someone else's money, hiding the money's illegal source. such as a foreign businessman, a corporation, or a wealthy New Yorker who has already contributed the maximum amount allowed. And as we allege, Adams circumvented all of these laws, taking contributions from exactly the sources the law prohibits, all to benefit his mayoral campaigns. Now, Adams also personally benefited from the illegal conduct alleged in the indictment. Adams solicited and accepted over $100,000 in luxury travel benefits for years from wealthy Turkish business people and at least one Turkish government official seeking to gain influence over him. Adams started accepting undisclosed luxury travel benefits at least as early as 2016. He took these benefits nearly every year through 2021. Here are some of the benefits that we uncovered during our investigation. In 2016, Adams flew to India through Turkey.
I've never seen you smile this long while watching news. It's not my fault that most of the time the shit that's in the news is depressing as fuck, okay? It's not my fault that most of the time I have to find out that Israel just killed or injured and maimed tens of thousands of civilians in Lebanon. There's nothing to smile about there, man. This? Finally, some good fucking news, dude. Finally.
And received 2 free round-trip upgrades for business class seats. That's the highest class on Turkey's national airline. Those upgrades were worth more than $12,000, and none of it was publicly disclosed. In 2017, Adams accepted free business class tickets for himself and his travel companions to France, Turkey,
Aw, Al, I'm sorry about your morning. Thank you for the 14 months.
and China. And he was put up in the Bentley Suite in the St. Regis Hotel in Istanbul.
Wait, Olayemi actually posted? Wait, she posted this yesterday night? Hold up. I love her. Oh my God, I love her so much.
POG 30 months.
I love her so
That's
much.
like 27 years.
Curve, thank you for the 30 months. CT5, thank you for the 20 months. Thank you. She was off Twitter for the last month, and she came back at the right time. Oh my God, that's amazing. Oh my God. Dude, God fucking bless. God fucking bless. I'm so happy. I'm
All of that was worth
Zig, thank you so much. Zig likes you. Thank you so much for the 17 months.
more than $41,000, and none of it was publicly disclosed. Also in 2017, he
Yeah,
flew to
you know how bad you have to be at being mayor of New York to get charged with corruption? Corruption is half of that job description. Yeah. Yeah.
China, again, through Turkey, and accepted 2 free business class tickets for himself and a companion. Those were worth more than $16,000, and none of it was publicly disclosed. In 2018, he flew to Hungary through Turkey and accepted free upgrades for business class seats. Those were worth more than $12,000, and none of it was publicly disclosed. In 2019, he flew to Turkey and accepted a free upgrade to business class for his companion and a free stay in a lavish suite at the St. Regis Hotel.
Dude, the bald on bald violence is amazing. I'm glad that there are lots of good balds to make up for the bad ones.
In Istanbul. That was worth more than $9,000. And again, none of it was publicly disclosed. In 2021, Adams solicited business class tickets to Istanbul, stays at luxury hotels and resorts, yacht tours, and meals. As we allege, he asked to pay a nominal fee for all of this in order to disguise what we allege were, in fact, bribes. He canceled that trip at the very last minute, but the benefits that he solicited were worth more than $21,000. And later in 2021, Adams flew to Ghana, again through Turkey, and accepted free business class ticket upgrades and other gifts while he was on a layover in Istanbul. Those benefits were worth more than $12,000. And just like all the other benefits I've just run through, none of it was publicly disclosed. Now, I want to be clear. These upgrades and freebies were not part of some frequent flyer or loyalty program available to the general public. As we allege, this was a multi-year scheme to buy favor with a single New York City politician on the rise, Eric Adams. Now, this is a chart with all of the undisclosed travel benefits that we uncovered during the investigation. We just list it all out here. You see the year, 2016, 2017, 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2 in 2021. The destination, India all the way to Ghana. The benefits, the free upgrades or free tickets altogether, the hotel stays, and the value. And if you just sum up all the dollar amounts here, you get to more than $100,000. And of course, as I said before, every single trip that we list here was undisclosed. As we allege in the indictment,
in 4K? Sorry if you already mentioned this, but what benefit does Turkey have in being so nice to Eric Adams? Well, he's mayor of New York. There's a lot of power in being the mayor of New York City. And it was mentioned earlier in this video that essentially there were buildings that were approved despite not having proper fire permits. And that's one of many things that the Turkish government was probably trying to get through and probably trying to cut some of the red tape on. New York is like top 20 economies or something. I mean, we have like foreign officials and foreign like companies that buy New York properties because they appreciate and value so much. Like there's a lot of details that, you know, make New York worthwhile just in and of itself. There's nothing special about Eric Adams. There is something special about New York. Also worth noting that New York is like the Istanbul of America. Yeah. This was just a simple oversight. How do you expect me to keep track of all my corruption?
in addition to not disclosing these benefits, Adams sometimes created fake paper trails to try to cover up the travel benefits he solicited and received. Let me give you one example. Adams wrote emails to his staff suggesting he paid for his 2017 business class flights on the Turkish airline when, as we allege, he did not. Those flights were worth a lot of money. Just one ticket alone cost more than $10,000. But months after taking the flights, Adams wrote an email to a staff member and told the staff member that he had left cash in her desk drawer and that she should send the money to the Turkish airline to pay for a trip he had already taken. As the indictment makes clear, that's just a clumsy cover-up. Now, just because Adams received benefits for
anxiety, thank you.
free, that doesn't mean that there weren't strings.
How dumb is this guy? Damn. Eric Adams is like, I don't even. Eric Adams is like the epitome of fake it till you make it. Okay, he just pretended like he was a good mayor until he got the position, and then he just kept going. He has like giga cop brain, doesn't think he'll get caught, thinks he can get away with whatever the fuck he wants to get away with. Can I say, guys, I recently found out that I feel really silly for not knowing that this was a thing sooner. But did you know cops in the US, they get these little like cards, or like, I don't want to call it a placard, but it's like a little like card, not like paper. It's like made out of like metal or something. And it is for relatives, the PBA cards, the get out of jail cards. They don't work. I spoke to someone that told me that it has worked multiple times. They work. In fact, they're super ACAB, and on principle, they won't use it. And then later they'll tell the cops, like, if I had shown you this, would you have still given me the ticket? And they're like, what? No, I wouldn't. Why didn't you show me that? Especially if it's from a sergeant. Yeah. A few people in my family have those and they have worked. Yeah. My brother-in-law is a cop. I've never heard of this. And maybe, you know, maybe it's for slightly higher ups. You literally, if you're friends or family with a cop that has enough time under their belt, they give you these little cards that you can give to your friends and family members, and you just show it to a cop that stops you, And if the crime wasn't like too big a deal, like a speeding ticket or like brake lights or even like a small altercation, they're just like, you're good to go. Don't worry. You can just tell them like, yeah, call this precinct. My sister is this specific sergeant or something. And they literally just let you go. Like, I knew the word of mouth stuff was real, and I knew that people had been telling cops for a long time, like, call this precinct. My dad works there. And they just let you off the hook all the time. I didn't know that there were physical get out of jail cards. That is crazy. That's crazy. That's insane. Ugh. Anyways, the police union gives them out. I don't know the details on how or they make them or who gives them out or whatever. New York Times literally wrote an article about it a few weeks ago. I thought this was public knowledge. I knew it was public knowledge that like cops just don't get persecuted by other cops and family members of cops don't get persecuted by other cops. But like, I mean, I tell people half jokingly, have a Blue Lives Matter hat in your car. And if you ever get pulled over, just take it out of your glove compartment and put it on your head real quick. I promise the cops will treat you better. I promise you, like, this is like top 10 strategies. Like, you always keep a couple things in your car, spare tire, a car jack, maybe a first aid kit, some extra spare water, and of course, your Blue Lives Matter cap. Requirement. Requirement. Put a Marine sticker in your rear view. Yeah. Hell yeah, brother, I love pigs. I mean hogs. I mean bacon. I mean, what was that now? Cops. There we go. The New York Times article. I have no words. Yeah. I'm sure that there are some areas that are worse than others. And the person I spoke to, specifically their family member, was a sergeant. And I'm sure if you're like a cop that's only been a cop for like a year or something, maybe they don't give them out to you and your family. But if you're a sergeant, apparently everyone in your family gets one. Apparently. Oh my God. Yeah. Wait. Officer demoted after writing traffic tickets gets $175,000 settlement. Matthew Bianchi said he was transferred after he angered a high-ranking official of the New York Police Department by ticketing a friend. New York City on Tuesday reached a $175,000 settlement with a Staten Island police officer who said he had been a victim of retaliation for giving traffic tickets to people with connections to the upper echelons of the police department. The officer, Matthew Bianchi, filed a lawsuit against the city last May. The suit said that he had been transferred out of his precinct's traffic unit after Jeffrey Mattery, then the chief of patrol and now the department's highest ranking uniformed officer, asked that he be punished. He had issued a ticket to a woman with whom Chief Mattery said was said to be friends with, according to the suit. This is what people mean, by the way, when they say like ACAB. Oh, you're trying to do your job and actually like make sure that police officers aren't being treated like aren't above the law. We're going to transfer you. You're trying to be a good cop? No, go fuck yourself. Settlement is a vindication of our client, allowing him to close this chapter, continue his service with NYPD. We hope that his courage and decisive outcome will inspire other officers to come forward as whistleblowers. The settlement did not involve any admission of wrongdoing from the city. Here we go. He joined the force in 2015, said in his lawsuit and in subsequent interviews that the standard practice in his precinct, the 123rd on Staten Island, was to avoid ticketing drivers who had cards issued by police unions known as courtesy cards, which officers distribute to their friends and family. His troubles in the department, he said, stem from his willingness to issue tickets to cardholders. In his lawsuit, he said that he had several run-ins with high-ranking union officials who warned him that the police union would not protect him if he continued to ticket cardholders. He filed complaints with the department's internal affairs division, which is not internal affairs for the police is not for whistleblowers. It's for the police officers. It's not. Anyways, and the city's Department of Investigation, but nothing seemed to come out of it. In August 2022, he stopped the woman who he later heard was Chief Madry's friend. He was transferred out of the traffic unit days later. I hope that the next guy that's in my situation takes a stand for themselves. It's sad that you have to go this far to address a problem. And like, here's the thing, man. For me personally, I don't really care if like police officers get away with like having their brake lights out. Whatever. That's so minor. I don't really care. Do I think anyone really should be ticketed for that? No, not really. But whatever. Some perks here and there. Okay. My problem is like, oh, you just killed someone? Don't worry, we'll get you out of this. We'll get your story straight. We'll say that you were in fear of your life. We'll get you out of this. Oh, you were drunk driving as a police officer and you hit like a pole? Don't worry, we'll get you out of this. Like things where other people are very clearly in danger. The fact that there is like a drunk driving police officer problem, that these people have and could kill people. And the other police officers are like, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got you, man. Don't worry. Is fucking crazy. It's crazy to me. No. If you are drunk driving, and you are very clearly drunk driving, at the very least, enough to hit something, I think you should be persecuted. Crazy. I know. It's crazy. But if we take all the drunk driving cops off the road, then there won't be any cops left. Oh, shit, you're right. We have to do that immediately. The PBA cards are given out annually. They're signed off with the ranking official giving it to you. I had a DA one and the state senator one in the back in 2014-15-ish when I worked in campaigns. They're pretty simple looking cards and you're instructed to hand them behind your license when giving them to an officer. I've heard about this, yeah. What you're supposed to do is they ask you for your driver's license and registration, and you give them your license and you put the PBA card right underneath it. And then they hand it back to you and they're like, you're good to go. My mate's cop, his dad got out of exactly that. He killed someone while being drunk behind the wheel. His cop mate with terminal cancer took the blame. Amazing. Great. Wonderful. The only way to stop a bad drunk driver is a good drunk driver. Good idea. Diners Fish, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Oh my God, thanks. Thank you. Ninja Iceberg, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. Thank you. You guys secretly got Twitch to gift subs too. Remember, guys, every time you gift 5 gift subs, Twitch has to give 1 as well. Twitch has to match. So this is the time. From now until the end of the month, this is the time to do it. Steal back Twitch's money a little bit. Scam those fuckers. Anyways, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Anyways. Let's get back to our favorite cop, Eric Adams.
Attached. As we allege, a particular Turkish government official behind many of the benefits Adams sought and accepted gave Adams all these things to gain influence over him. We allege that Adams knew that and took the benefits anyway. We allege that when the Turkish government official needed him, Adams also took corrupt official action in exchange for some of the luxury travel benefits. In 2021, the Turkish government official was trying to open a brand new high-rise building in Manhattan that would house Turkey's consulate. There was significant time pressure because the Turkish official desperately needed the building to be open in time for a visit from Turkey's president. This building was important to the Turkish official, and it was important to Turkey. But the FDNY's fire safety professionals wouldn't let the building open because the building hadn't passed an inspection. And not just that. Some of the people at the FDNY thought the building had so many issues and defects that the building was not safe to occupy. So the Turkish
Amazing. Marksy Marks, thank you so much for the Prime. Thank you. Kept Nice, thank you so much for the 1,000 biddies. Thank you. And like, here's the thing. I'm going to say two things. Number one, Uber sucks, gig economy sucks, etc., etc. I can't believe people drunk drive when Uber is as ubiquitous as it is in the US. I know that it's not as like available in like, I've spoken to Irish people, and Irish people have told me that like you can't fucking get Ubers if you live in bumfuck Ireland. To you, I say, good luck. Good luck. But in the US, Ubers are pretty easy to get. Even if you live kind of in a little bit of like bumfuck nowhere, it's still relatively easy to get an Uber. Yeah, listen, if you live in Ireland, just ride your sheep home or some shit. I don't fucking know. My problem is like people who are drunk driving in like LA or like Austin. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Stop. Just take an Uber. Just take an Uber. Oh my God. Simply do not drunk drive. Simply don't do that. Don't do that. Just don't do it. What's the point of driving if you're not drunk? It was kind of an issue at 1 a.m. in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, Missouri, but even then we got one. Yeah. My other scalding, totally not ice cold take is people were not meant to drive everywhere. People were meant to have buses and trains that take you everywhere. And one person is supposed to have a job that they show up to where they are sober. And their job is to take you and everybody else in that bus or train from one area to another. People were not meant to drive everywhere. The idea of a designated driver was flawed from the very beginning. And the fact that like designated drivers in bars don't get special treatment most of the time. IMO, if you come in with like a party of like 4 or 5 or whatever, and one person is a designated driver, they should get like free not alcoholic drinks. Like it's crazy that we don't already do that. That's not common practice or whatever. Atomic, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. Thank you for stealing a gift sub from Twitch. You should be able to go enjoy a night out with your friends, and then all of you drunkenly go to the train station and wait for your train. And you're like, that was so much fun. Anyways, see you guys at work tomorrow. Just get a nice 3 hours of sleep. Good. Designated drunk drivers. Dumb. That's a good take. Driving is a special skill, therefore profession requires special training, experience, testing, and especially because you're like driving this like 5,000 ton death machine that you have to be awake and like not in like a bad mental state and not inebriated at all. It shouldn't be your job. It should be someone getting paid to do that job for some set amount of hours and taking you from location to location. You know, like buses and trains. Anyways, I'm Muslim, so I'm the designated driver by default. Make sure your friends get you free snacks sometimes, okay? Okay. Show me your tits, baby girl. Baby? Dr. Disrespect here? Now? I thought you learned your lesson.
Turkish officials sent word to Adams that it was, quote, his turn, unquote, to support Turkey. And as we allege, Adams delivered and pressured the fire department to let the building open. The FDNY professionals were convinced that they would lose their jobs if they didn't back down. And so they did. They got out of the way and let the building open. The Turkish official got what he wanted, and as we explained in the indictment, just 4 days after Adams held up his end of the bargain, he went right back to soliciting more travel benefits from the Turkish airline. Now, I want to make 3 things crystal clear. First, the conduct alleged in the indictment, the foreign money, the corporate money, the bribery, the years of concealment, is a grave breach of the public's trust. Public office is a privilege. We allege that Mayor Adams abused.
Just going to say it again, like I said every time. Public servant. They are meant to serve us, not their best interests. And unfortunately, the American population has forgotten that they are called public servants for a reason. We pay them to serve us, to serve our best interest, not to scam us, not to serve themselves.
Used that privilege and broke the law. Laws that are designed to ensure that officials like him serve the people, not the highest bidder, not a foreign bidder, and certainly not a foreign power. These are bright red lines, and we allege that the mayor crossed them again and again for years. That is the only reason we are here today. Second, this investigation continues. We continue to dig, and we will hold more people accountable. And I encourage anyone with information to come forward and to do so before it is too late. And third, the Southern District of New York remains committed to rooting out corruption without fear or favor and without regard to partisan politics. We are not focused on the right or the left. We are focused only on right and wrong. That is our duty, and we will fulfill it. Now, today's charges are the product of a tremendous partnership. I want to thank our partners at FBI and the New York City Department of Investigation who have been with us every step of the way. And finally, I want to commend the outstanding career prosecutors from SDNY who are handling this case. Celia Cohen, Andrew Rohrbach, Hagen Scotton, and Derek Wickstrom, and the chiefs of the Public Corruption Unit, Laura Pomerantz and Robert Sobelman. It's now my pleasure to turn the podium over to FBI Assistant Director in Charge.
Now my pleasure to turn the podium over. Oh, for business or pleasure? Both.
James Dennehy.
Good morning, and thank you for being here today. The indictment of a sitting mayor is not just another headline. It is a stinging reminder that no one is above the law or beyond reproach, and it serves as a sobering moment for all of us who place our trust in elected officials. Today's indictment sends a powerful message to every elected official in this country. Public service is a profound responsibility and should be a noble calling. When that's perverted by greed and dishonesty, it robs us of our trust. It's a pact between leaders and their communities, built on the pillars of trust, accountability, and transparency. When that pact is broken, the consequences ripple far beyond one office or one election cycle. We know not all leaders are corrupt. We know there are countless public servants who wake up every day with the intention of doing right by their constituents. But we cannot ignore the shadow cast by moments like this. When trust is eroded, it takes years, sometimes decades, to rebuild. The weight of today's actions falls not just on the indicted official, but on every other public official who must now work harder to earn the public's confidence in them. It's important to remember accountability isn't just about punishing those with alleged wrongdoings. It's about lifting the communities they've let down. It's about rebuilding, restoring, and reimagining what public servants can and should do. It's up to us to demand more from our leaders, to hold them to the highest standards, and to remind them that the power of public office should never be abused. While some may be disappointed today, let me encourage you not to be defeated. The strength of our communities, our faith in one another, and our collective resilience are far greater than the alleged failings of any one individual. In closing, I'd like to thank the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, Damian Williams, and his office, Commissioner Jocelyn Strauber, and the New York City Department of Investigation and her team, as well as my team, the Public Corruption Squad here at FBI New York. Thank you.
I'd like to welcome up Commissioner Jocelyn Strauber from the New York City Department of Investigation.
Thank you, Damian. Good morning. Today, for the first time in New York City's modern history, we announce criminal charges against the sitting mayor of New York City. As our highest elected official, the mayor should set the standard.
Very funny that this is the first time, or that they're claiming that this is the first time. When everybody knows that they've all been taking bribes. It's just that this is the first one to take so many bribes and to be such a bad mayor that they were like, we got to get this guy on some shit, man. Come on. I don't even give a shit that he's doing bribery, but like, he running this shit to the ground. Come on.
Standard for all of city government and exemplify the integrity, transparency, and dedication to serving the public that all New Yorkers deserve. Instead, the indictment unsealed today alleges that Mayor Adams abused his power and position for nearly a decade as Brooklyn Borough President and as mayor to enrich himself and his mayoral campaigns. As charged, he sought and received illegal campaign contributions, luxury travel, and other personal benefits from foreign nationals, as well as individuals and businesses. He allegedly took steps to conceal those illegal contributions and personal benefits and involved city employees and campaign staff in that concealment. As the indictment explains, this kind of corruption has real costs to the city and to the public. As alleged, the mayor's 2021 campaign falsely certified compliance with campaign finance laws in order to conceal those illegal campaign contributions, and as a result of those false certifications, received over $10 million in public matching funds. The mayor's alleged acceptance and concealment of illegal contributions and personal benefits gave overseas benefactors, wealthy individuals, and businesses undue influence over the mayor, influence that federal and local laws seek to prevent. And as charged, in exchange for certain personal benefits, the mayor pressured the New York City Fire Department to forego a required fire safety inspection before the opening of the new Turkish consulate building. As the city's Inspector General, the Department of Investigation, a city agency, conducts its investigations confidentially and wholly independent of City Hall. We handled this investigation as we would any other, following the facts and seeking to hold wrongdoers accountable no matter their role or title. Our unique access to city records and
Honestly, the most disappointing thing is how cheap our politicians sell themselves. Yes.
expertise in matters of city government make us a critical partner in the fight to root out corruption, working closely with our law enforcement colleagues at the FBI and the U.S. Attorney's Office. If you have information about this case or about illegal conduct by any New York City official or employee, I encourage you to contact DOI by email at tipline@doi.nyc.gov or by phone at 212-825-2828. I want to thank the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York and the FBI for their partnership on this investigation. And I want to recognize and thank the dedicated, hardworking DOI investigators who are handling this matter. Senior Inspector General Eleanor Rivkin, Inspector General Audrey Feldman, Deputy Inspectors General Arturo Sanchez and Trenton Sweeney, and their supervisors, Deputy Commissioners Christopher Ryan and Dominic Zarella. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Can you just say, Mr. Mayor Eric Adams has said he's not going to resign. He said that this is a witch hunt because...
All right, they're not taking questions. As you can see, wrapping up the press conference from the U.S. District.
Hello? Yay, new mayor soon. He. If there's a special election, who do you think wins? My vote is Yang Gang. Dude, I never want to think about Yang ever again. Okay? I'm pooping. Stop. Stop. I want to pretend like Yang isn't real, okay? I never want to think about him again. I never want to know that he existed in the first place. Yang Gang needs to die, okay? Forever. That term, forever. I don't want to hear it ever again in my life. Right, sorry, I'm a dedicated hater of Yang Gang. What do you have against him? That he tried to suggest UBI by cutting all other forms of government aid. And he thought that $1,000 of UBI a month would be enough to cut all other forms of aid. And that's also like, he was a big, like, he was giving venture capitalist, big Silicon Valley type of guy, like just overall just kind of sucks. He's just like, I think also on a personal level, I don't like the weird, like business bro crypto people. The libertarian vibes are just not for me. This is not for me, dude. Personally, I'm not. No. Does other grifter? Yeah. He says if Reddit coalesced into a person. Oh no. He's missing like one or two aspects of like Redditor energy. He needs to be more of like a fanboy of things. We need a yin to counter the yang. Stop.